Hi everybody, welcome back to my stream. Sorry I rage quit my last one. I was just really annoyed, I was tired. And AI just was not being very helpful. So what I'm going to continue on is continue working on the provisioning script. And for that I need to do some cleanup to what it is that AI did here. So here, let's start by close all this stuff. All right, so this script does the lists. Oh, it's already filtering it by the name, so that's okay. So we're gonna leave that part like that. If the list, check if list exists is used where. Let's go look. If list exists, if it does not exist, rather, if it exists. Oh, this is a problem as well. I've noticed the last time, the other day, I did this. Let me show you. Dot select, and I selected the ID. And if I console out the list, FAQ list does not exist. Okay. So obviously let's go with Discovery L so I can see. So I can show you what I'm talking about. These are obviously going to error out because, well, let's see one like that. All right, so the list, here's the ID it spit out. And if I go to site contents and I go to Discovery L and I go to list settings, what in the world? It is actually bringing it back correctly, huh? I had an issue before where the IDs weren't returned correctly. But I'm glad it's actually working, because if you notice in the URL here, it's the same. So that's good. We're good there. All right, so since that's good to go, I feel like this is a waste of a call. Only because we're making the call again. Down here under list exists. So check if list exists right here. If it exists, then we're making the exact same call again. maybe what we should consider is returning ilist info actually, let's return the first one. This could return list info or and well, I should return an empty array, because even if it, well, if the list does not exist, we already saw that it's going to error out. If we go here, you see it errors out. So it stands to reason that if it errors out, anyway, let's see what like that. And so check if list exists. Target list GUID string. If the list exists, if it doesn't exist, it creates it. And then if it does exist, the target GUID is going to be going to be the list exists ID. And it says the list ID. What is the target ID? Oh, okay. I want to change this. List GUID map. Give me 1 second. Someone's at my door. False alarm. My dog was just barking at nothing. All right, so let's go back to what we were doing. So I want to fix this. I want to change this map, list GUID map. Collect real GUIDs. Let's go to app props. Provisioning this data map. It's going to be a map that will have a string, and then I want it to have an I want it to contain three pieces of, no, I wanted to have the original GUID and the new GUID. So maybe that is technical. I'm trying to think of, no, I think it's doing this correct. I think this is correct. Let me undo what I just did here. Because at first I thought, let's get the list name, make a map with the GUID of the list ID, and then make that the key of the map, and then have an object that has the list name, the previous ID, and the current ID. But then I thought about it, you don't really need the list name. So it's okay for this to have just the string identifier, which is going to be the old GUID, and then have the new GUID and the old GUID as two strings, which if we look at the map, that's the way it's being built. That's why it has string, because it has the schema ID and then the actual ID of the item. What I find interesting is that it does this. It does create this target GUID, but where does it set it up other than here? And then list ID. Oh, okay, I see what it's doing. It's setting the map and it's setting the original ID and then the new target, the target GUID. I think they should just say, instead of target GUID, why it does not? Oh, that's why. This should be the new. What the? Target GUID. New list GUID. And then you have the original one. All right, so then once it creates all the lists, then we go into the site fields. And then this site field, I don't know why, once for all subsequent faces, but why is it bringing back? Because it's going into ensure fields exist, and it's setting the field objects and passing all the fields. And then every time it does that, it does this filter. That's just dumb. Wouldn't it be smarter to just do this one time instead of every single field that you're creating? I could have an application that has 200 fields. Imagine having to filter 200 times. That's just not very good programming. So let's clean that up. So the site fields, we have this, and then we should pass the user fields into these. User fields, and then we can get rid of, sorry, we can get rid of user fields here. There we go. That way we don't have to constantly, we just do it one time. Right here, we fetch all the fields. Then we filter all fields that are created user one time, and then we create the field. So on the schema, it says for field of fields, if type is counter, title ID, or lookup, then it continues. Alternatively, it goes and creates the field. What is counter? Why is counter here? Is there such a thing as a field? Is there such a field as a counter? Does counter field? I don't understand. SharePoint does not have an auto. It has an ID, but where is it getting counter from? Type counter. Oh, so I guess IDs in SharePoint are called counters. That's fine. And then title, that's fine. Static. I don't know why it would need ID twice, but that's fine. What this is basically saying is we're going to leave lookup to the end, and it creates the fields as needed by using this ensure fields. And why is it going into ensure fields? Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right, let's do this. So again, why does ensure fields have this again? It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Give me 1 second. I have guests and my dogs are going crazy. I'll just stay on. All right, let's see. So I'm trying to understand why, if we already have. Oh, okay, no, never mind. I see what it's doing. So this is passing this into here, but it's not checking if the field exists yet. So it goes through the site field. It gets all the site fields. If the site field does not exist, if the type is equal to lookup, it creates the field using XML and the lookup list. Type field XML, create field XML, lookup list. We need to return, but the problem is that on the fields we created this site, this list GUID map. Where is the list GUID map? Okay, so if a field is a lookup, so this is fine the way it is. What I don't understand is why it's saying that if it's a lookup field, why on earth would you set the field object lookup list to undefined when you went through the process of making it defined here? It's artificial intelligence, everybody. This is why all of our jobs are going to go to artificial intelligence, because of the brilliance of artificial intelligence. All right. All right, so result field, we take the properties of the field, we look up the list, Oh, the lookup list is field.lookup list. And we get the field. Okay, so that is correct. And then we do the await and then we use resolve field and side fields. Okay, so this should not exist. Wait. Field object. Wait, no. It's the column type. Okay, so no, this needs to be taken off, and there's no need for a spread operator anymore. So if it's a lookup field, it should give us the correct creation. But and then this column includes resolve GUID plus map behavior. Why are you creating this 2 times? Okay. I understand it here because it's not created here. It's passing the column type provider to the create field as XML. So that is correct. What I guess I don't understand is why do this 2 times when you can just use the same thing. But here we are going to use a spread operator because we need to pass the okay, hold on. This column provider does have, should have at least. Oh, it doesn't have it. That's why. Column provider, that would be in app props. We're here in the column provider. We need to have, we do have relationship delete behavior. And we have the lookup list. So why is it not let's see. Because we're passing the field object, and the field object is going to contain the relationship delete behavior, which is going to be set to 0, 1. It's set to 0, 1, or 2. I made a note of that. The last time we met, I thought I made a note of that. If not, I'll figure it out momentarily. But so here where it creates the ensure field exists. If it's a lookup field, we need to create the field at the site level, and then we create it at the list level. But before we create it at the list level, we need to set up that value. So const relationship delete behavior is going to be a string. And if it's 0, what did we say? Let's go to FAQ. So FAQ topics does not exist, I don't believe. Let's find out. It does not exist anymore. So let's go to settings here. And let's create a column real quick. And this is going to be, just call it lookup field. Now look up. And I'm going to use anniversaries and I'm going to retrieve the ID. This is just to test it. Okay, so here's our fields. Here's our field test. And if it, so the field test on relationship delete behavior is 0, because 0 means it's disabled. 0, basically that's not applicable, right? Now, if it has sorry, my dog's in the background. All right, so if it does have it turned on, it has restrict delete. Let's run this again. If it has restrict delete on the lookup test, it has a 2. So a 2 is going to be restrict, and that would mean that 1, it would be cascade. Okay, so let me test it. I believe it is 1 though. I think I did this on the last stream. So if it's cascade delete, and we run this test again, it is a 1. So 1 is cascade, 2 is restrict. So in our script, if relationship delete behavior is equal to 0, it doesn't apply. So let's do this way. Instead of creating a relationship behavior, let's modify the XML. So let's call this const list field XML column provider, and this is going to be a column provider type, and it's going to take, yep, and instead of lookup list, it's going to use relationship delete behavior, and this is going to check if field object dot relationship delete behavior, if it equal to 1, then the answer is going to be cascade. Otherwise, if relationship delete behavior is equal to 2, it would be restrict, otherwise it would be undefined. But relationship delete behavior is what? It's going to be wanting to be a number. This is where we run into a problem. We run into the problem because relationship delete behavior wants to be a number. But whenever we create a field using XML, we need to pass a string to that. And if we look at this, let's copy this property. copy string contents. You can see here, you see how relationship delete behavior is a string. And right now it wants to, the only other thing we could do technically is pass the relationship delete, like add it to the string. So let's do that instead. So the list field XML, we already have it here. And so to the create field as XML, we not only pass the site field XML, we need to add the string. So const site field XML with what was it called? Relationship. Going to be a string, and it's going to be the site field XML, which is already a string. And then we're going to pass to it. Here's where we find field object. Dot relationship delete behavior is equal to 0 or 1. If it's 1, then we're going to pass the string cascade. Otherwise, wait. No, we don't pass cascade. We, oh man, this is so bad. I think I have it. Hold on. No, I think I know what I need to fix. The create field as XML is a function. Where is that at? It's up here somewhere. Where is that coming from? Oh wait, no, I meant to say create field XML. Where's that coming from? It's coming from the provisioning helper. Okay, let's do it here instead. So if it's a lookup, oh, it already has it here. If relationship delete behavior is 1, put cascade. If it's 2, put restrict, otherwise leave it empty. Okay, so it's there. So what's the problem? The problem is that it's not going to create. This is going to error out. The reason it's going to error out because when you create it as a site field, if you put this in there, it's going to mess up. I'll be right back. I'm going to go let the dog out. All right, sorry about that. Okay. So this is going to fail. We need to figure out a way to remove it because it doesn't, whenever you create a field, here I'll show you what happens. So this is a string, right? So let's just say for the sake of argument that I come in here and I say const string XML is equal to this. Okay. So this right here is telling us that it's going to create that field called lookup field test in this discovery list. Let me go get rid of it. Let's get rid of it first. You see what I'm talking about. If I pass the information the way I have it, it's going to error out. Okay. It's gone. So now let's go test. So you can see here it's lookup field test, and it's got everything: the list ID, the relationship delete behavior. But then if I go to create list or site column equals, wait, not the list, because when you first create it, it's root web. Let's copy this. And it's going to be the string XML. Create. Okay. This is probably going to error out. I'm about 90%. See that? Why? Because you cannot have relationship behavior as a site column. So that's why it's erroring out in the first place. I guarantee you, if I take off relationship delete behavior, if I take it off, let me go take it off real quick. Relationship, there it is. Okay. Now if I run it again, oh, it still got an error. The object has been updated by another user. What? I think that just means the column actually existed. It was something with test on it, right? Yeah, it created it. So it did create it, even though it errored out. And it did have ID. Okay, so what's the problem? Let's try to create it again, but without it. The object has been updated by another user since last fetched. It didn't delete it? I thought I had deleted it. Let me try it again. Okay. No test. Okay. Now let me refresh. Oh, I know what that issue is. The issue is what the irony is that I know what the issue is, but it's still creating the column. That's kind of odd behavior. But be that as it may, the reason I'm getting that error, I remember what happens The reason I'm getting that error is because that GUID gets registered. This GUID that's added in here. Where is it? This ID. You see this right here? This is what's causing that error. If I go to a GUID generator, I've seen this error before. So generate some GUIDs. Let's use this one. If I change this to that, I may still get the error because I have other GUIDs in here. I don't think I need this source ID. Let's go look. Let's get rid of source ID. And this is a GUID I just created. This ID is correct. Enforce unique values. Okay. All right. So that's right. There's no test, right? Let me refresh just in case. No tests. All right. Now let's try it. It's been updated by another user since it was last fetched. I mean, since it's creating it, then what? I don't understand. I guess it would work. Let's try the script as is. I mean, since it says it works. I mean, it still creates the field, right? It didn't, the create field that as XML. And then it goes to the list and it creates the field as XML. So this should work. Okay, let's test this. This is running, right? Yeah, it looks like it's still running, but just restart it. Look at side columns. Nothing, no FAQ columns, no lists. Let me close this. I think I'm running the wrong solution. Oh. Okay. If I kill this, will it still run? What is, oh, this is Claude. There's no Webpart running. I reverse this. There should be, I think there should be a button for this that allows us to not necessarily run the provisioning updates right away. All right, so there should be there should have been a button. There should have been a button on, it shouldn't be provisioning right away. I don't know why. Unless it's going based off of this one. And this one. Maybe I should have updated it here. So if I go to provisioning helpers, if it's a lookup, I am bringing this in. I see the issue here. So let me try this. And in the provisioning file, we're gonna have some errors, obviously. Wait, no, let me. There's gotta be a way to just use a button. So here, SPFx Webpart. Yeah, see, this is what's supposed to be visible. It's supposed to have a button that says provision assets. And not automatically start provisioning. Why is it not? I think I need to do have clean. And then have build. And have package solution. Okay, so now that I have that, replace it so that I can see if I'm using the correct one. Why are you doing that? Wait. Yeah, I am using the correct Webpart. What's the problem? Parent ID does not exist. Let me get rid of it. Okay, it's gone. Can't believe I just did that. Okay, so this one, you're clean, have build. See if this works now.
just a shift in. You opened your mouth, then close it again, like the thought needed more.
I'm talking to myself this whole time.
Wrong with what you meant.
Forgot I had muted it.
The room's already full of things we don't have to solve. I can tell by the way you pause.
Sometimes I think I need to get one of those microphones that like the color changes to know when it's muted. Alright, so it looks like it built, and then it would have been better if I would have done, well, it's fine.
Nothing's fragile in the quiet, nothing's hidden through the cracks. We're not pretending it's nothing, we're just putting it back on the shelf where it won't fall, where it won't rush.
39.
Some conversations age better when you give them time. Not hiding, not gone, just later. I trust this doesn't disappear just because we don't tense it. If it's real, or hold it, shake it till we come back to it. No need to sharpen every edge while the night's still kind. I'd rather keep this moment intact than force a line. We'll talk about it later, not tonight. Doesn't mean it doesn't matter, just means the time's not right. We'll talk about it later, let it wait. Some things don't lose meaning when they're said. United like you understood, because you did. No argument in the air, no unfinished business, just mutual sense of what today can hold and what deserves a quiet room than this one. We'll talk about it later, I promise.
So it's running?
I'm not closing the door, I'm just not walking through. We stayed where we were, let the night keep its tone. Nothing settled, nothing broke, just agreed on postponing the load. Not today, not tonight, and that felt right.
Okay, perfect. This is what I wanted to see. So if we wrote the provisioning asset script correctly, this should work first try. We have nothing, our lists are not here. And then in our columns, there shouldn't be any columns that say FAQ. Canary properties of no reading ID. All right, let's find out where the error is coming from. I'm guessing it's coming from.
We clocked it, waited fast, put it where it stacks. Not cold, not careless, just clear on the call. Some things don't need discussion, they just don't stall. I sat through moments, strike out too long, where the answer showed up early, but we kept going on. This wasn't there, we felt it align. Quick read, quick nod, same conclusion, same time. No debate, no delay. You can tell when a room agrees before anyone says a word. The shift happens quietly.
This is false, okay.
No one defending a position, no one sharpening a point. Just mutual recognition that we're past it. Okay, moving on. We know enough, no need to sit with it, no need to bluff. Okay, moving on. Decisions made.
I guarantee you it's right here. The problem is.
Okay, moving on. I used to think speed meant shallow, like fast choices.
No.
Now I know hesitation isn't always aware. Sometimes clarity shows up before doubt can speak. And the smartest move is not to overthink. Luck and rush that matter, nothing skip that counts. We didn't miss a detail, we just know the amount of time it deserved. And that time ran clean, no second guessing, no scene. Okay, moving on, I'm good with that. No weight left hanging, no looking back.
Provision assets.
Page turns, tone stay steady, focus already ahead. No cleanup required, nothing left unsaid. Quick judgment, share.
Okay, right here.
That's how it goes. Okay. Moving on. Didn't want this on my own, but they couldn't wait your pocket. It's not overwhelming, just dense enough to notice. I catch a look across the room, like yeah, you feel it too. subtle relief when you realize it's not just you. Yeah, this was fair. Some things hit different when there's more than one breath. Like the load redistributes without anyone saying it. No one takes the lead, no one plays support. It just spreads out evenly like it's supposed to. This feels like a group experience, too heavy for a solo view. Not bad,
I don't understand why.
when it's felt by a few. This feels like a group experience, no need to power through. It lands softer knowing it's not only
It's erroring out here.
moments that were meant for one frame.
Gets SP object values have the schema.
This one wants witnesses, not
Okay, so let's go look at
just
that.
presence multiplied so it doesn't tilt. No hero, no guide. Nobody's fixing anything. Nobody needs to.
Go into the function.
For it to normalize. I feel it lighten slightly, not because of change, but because it's spread out now.
It's erroring out immediately.
Some things are meant to be shared.
No, here's the schemas. There's the fields.
This feels like a great experience. I wouldn't watch it alone. It makes more sense when it echoes. We don't label it. We don't debrief. We just sit in it together. And somehow that's enough. This feels like a group experience.
It makes no sense at all.
And that's exactly why it works.
The only thing I can think of that the issue is coming from is let's go to provisioning and see, does it ever hit? Does it ever hit here?
Phones face down, eyes up, everyone reading the same stuff. No headline, no announcement, just a shift in the air we're standing in. Yeah. Glass is half full, jokes half done. Someone sighs, then pretends it's nothing. We keep talking about unrelated things, where the plan's imaginary wins, but the rhythm lost its grip. You can feel it in the way we sit. Not tense, not dramatic, just quietly proud.
We are getting the SP object.
I catch your eye, you look away, not guilty, just aware. Nobody wants to be the one to name it, to go there. We've all been in the scene before, when the vibe don't listen anymore. You don't push
Creates a map.
you just let it slide its way. Yeah, it's going down. No one's saying it.
Then list exists.
Faces already know. Yeah, it's going down. Still smiling somehow, like we'll let it go on its own. Music still playing like it missed the cue. Same
New schema dot title, which would be FAQ list. That's where it's erroring out.
Pretends it's casual, then you can feel the exit.
Let's see here.
No crash, no scene, just gravity doing its thing. I don't need a reason why these moments rise, these moments die. Not every drop means something broke. Some things just run out of smoke. I've learned not to dramatize what's clearly saying goodbye. You don't hold it, you don't fight, you just raid the room right. Maybe it's not falling apart, maybe it's just losing its spark. No blame hanging in the space, just a natural change of day. Yeah, it's going down. Still calm, still polite, don't call it the end, but nobody.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay, I see it now. Okay, so if we go to provisioning API, we need to create an actual object. So this worked fine for this, but whenever we're going into the creation of the list right here,
just to quiet
Check
up
if
the
list
stand.
exists, list schema.
Yeah, it's going down and
So if the list
we
does
did
not
what we
exist,
did. It just ended that way. Yeah.
that's where the problem is. And that should fix it.
Yeah, you almost smiled, caught yourself like it showed up too early. The moment's got a shape to it.
Okay, so at least we're not getting the ID error anymore.
I can feel the humor waiting on the other side of time. Just
Field or
like
property
that
parent ID
feeling
does not
out
exist.
in this state of mind. Yeah, I've learned how time and changes jokes, same line, different way.
I think it did create the list, so
Wrong, say it later. It's great.
it did. Okay, good.
Nothing's off, nothing's tense, just not ready for release. Some laughs need distance before they yeah, later. I don't want to cheapen it by forcing it through.
Probably just created the one column called answer.
Just needs a little hindsight, a little less heat. Right now it's still forming, still too close to repeat. Not yet, not.
Let's see. This will take care of it. All right, so we got rid of the columns, we got rid of the lists. And then the problem it is having is route was not found. All right, let's refresh this. Cleared. Clear the network. Go console door. Clear the network again. So it creates the titles and it goes into the create the fields. What field was this? Answer. Answer. Then it has an error here. Parent ID does not exist. The reason being is because so those are all the fields. It creates the answer. Why is it getting items here? Field or property parent ID does not exist. Okay, I know why. Let me go take off. Let's see, where is the toggle provisioned? Right here. I meant this out. Get rid of that. It tries to get the list. It creates the list. Filters again, creates the list, then it goes into the fields. And this returns all the fields. Create field as XML. It creates the answer field and it creates it again. I'm assuming that this is a call at the list level and this is at the fields level. Good. And then it just stops. Doesn't do anything else. It's almost as if it just skips right through the so it creates the lists and it goes into the fields. If it is a lookup, if the field type is lookup, it doesn't even go into the phase. Let me see if it does. Let's get rid of this. The columns. I need to just create a script to delete that. All right, so tired of having to do that through the UI every time. All right, that's our next task. Stop. All right, so provision assets. It never gets there. It just creates the list. It creates a list with answer, and nothing else. And it never, oh, it says lookup fields for FAQ topics and FAQ list. Oh, wait a minute. So it does get there, but it doesn't create anything. If field top is not equal to lookup. Oh, what the? Oh, okay, it just continues. But if it does equal to lookup, field lookup list, field lookup list. Let's put a debugger here. And then let's create our script that's going to clean this up already. comment this out, comment this out. Let's just get rid of it. All right, so const delete lists. And the lists are gonna be your page.
Subject lines like disco lights, replying smooth, I type just right. Control C like a DJ spin, calendar stack, but I still grin. Tabs in motion, brain on flow, groove through work like a pro. Oh, I don't dread the 9 to 5. With the right beat, I come alive. I find my rhythm in the click and ping. Every ding makes my shoulders swing. I got that inbox groove. Even deadlines can't break my mood. Reply and vibe, I find my move. Bouncing through like I always do. Got that inbox groove. Got my brain and my soul in tune. While they rush, I dance in place. Working with the funky grace.
What am I missing here? Oh, okay. So this is gonna delete the list. It's on the web.
Don't break my flow. Got headphones on, I'm good to go. Some chase quiet, someone loud, but I bring soul into the cloud. Even in spreadsheets, cold and clean, I hear bass lines in between. I got that inbox groove, tapping keys in perfect smooth, making Monday feel brand new. Inbox full,
What? Left hand side. What am I missing here? Okay. And then I need to delete the columns. It's the root, right? Cite that root web. That way it just deletes it. Okay, so that should be gone. So we go to site contents. Both lists are deleted. If I go to columns, well, I mean, it's not going to show up because I already deleted it. All right, let's go back. So now that I have the debugger in place, it should stop. All right, time to test. I hate all these calls. There's so much stuff in SharePoint that is broken. It has all these messages that sometimes it gets annoying because it's hard to tell if it's an error from your application or just an issue with the platform. All right, let's try this. Okay, we hit the debugger. And the result field is parent ID. And so it's supposed to go into ensure field. And the result field, it shouldn't be custom columns, first of all. Oh, it is right here. That's why. So it does create it. All right. Okay, it's gonna get the errors. That's fine. Let's delete this. Let's run it again. All right, so the lists are deleted. All right, so let's go look at our JSON.
I've got a planner and a list, but even structure can't resist this little groove I bring to work. Soft shoe steps in every quirk. Fill the form, write the brief.
Title, answer.
Add a little swing underneath.
Look up parent ID.
Every box I check feels right. 'Cause I bring rhythm to what's right. I follow rules, but I still sway.
Parent ID.
Twist tradition.
Look up list ID, which is FAQ topics.
I leave a trace of funky soul and quiet grace.
All right, but
I groove between the lines, make the boring
let's save this.
fine.
Gonna trigger a reload.
I design a melody that's truly mine.
Okay. Clean this, clean that. And then what I wanted to see was under sources. Oh, I still have the debugger. Good.
Alarm rang, I didn't run, I stretched slow, face the sun, open windows, played a track, let the rhythm guide me back, brush my teeth to 4/4 time, even morning feels like rhyme, check my list but not too fast, I let this steady moment last, everyone's rushing, I'm not
Parent
in
ID.
that race.
Look up list.
Time I find my
It's 290.
place. There's beauty in the steps I take, each one real and not a fake. No rush, just rhythm. I'm moving smooth with grace and wisdom. Not slow, just right. I'm lit by groove instead of light.
Resolved.
No rush,
Lookup list is CD1.
like jazz and more.
Okay, so it's supposed to be the FAQ topic list.
Every breath and every beat is where my day and heart both meet. Even traffic sounds like drum, city buzzing.
And that ID is DBA.
Work, it's a part of how I smirk. Laundry spins, my toes pops high.
Yep, DBA 0,
Sky, I don't chase a faster pace. I stay
CD1. So that's correct.
everyone's rushing.
Relationship to, this is the problem.
I take my time, I find my place.
For relationship to lead behavior should not be 0.
I take each one
Uh,
fake. No rush, just rhythm. I'm moving smooth.
and obviously we had said that 0 was nothing, not applicable.
Just right. I'm lit by groove instead of light.
Okay. Let's let it run.
Some go fast and some go loud, but I'm
You can see answer and parent ID are here. Parent ID, I pick you topic, and then let's go to the list settings. Parent ID is here. And it has restrict. Window was set to 0. I could have sworn I thought restrict was 2. Is there a 2 in here? No, it's a 0. It's a 0. So clearly there's something broken. I'm gonna quit for today. I usually only stream for an hour. Been at it for an hour and a half, but I will continue this. Might continue tomorrow. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being there. Hope this helps. Peace.